Welcome back to Grounding Gods. So nice to have you here today. I'm so excited about the reading today. I'm finding that Spirit is divine, and Holy Spirit doesn't tell you your future. What they do is they give you advice, universal truths that are true across the board. So when you're drawn to a video, they're giving you a truth that is going to be helpful to your life in the long run so that you can, achieve a happy and fulfilling life. So, anyway, I'm always excited to hear what they have to say because some of them resonate with me, and if they don't resonate with me, they resonate with someone who is very close and dear to me. So, I am able to share that information with them at that time. So, anyway, let's get started and see what they want to share today. All right. The very first deck is the Cosmic Dancer Oracle. I have not used this deck in a while, so this should be fun. Is that already? Okay. Okay, let me see how many they want. Okay, just 3. All right. Oop, there she is. There she is. Okay. Let's put this deck to the side. All right, I think you can see that easy enough. It's by Sedona Soulfire and Tess Whitehurst. Okay, then the second one, I think if you've been watching, you're familiar with, is the Oracle of the Trees. A small but powerful deck. Something just pinged. There we go. All right. Okay, let's see what they want. Also 3. So they already gave it to us. Well, that's wonderful. Okay. And put that to the side. And then I'm going to use, let's see, they asked for The Secret Language of Animals Oracle by Chip Richards. Okay, I want that one. Nope. Okay. It's always a very dense energy to this deck. All right, let me see what they want me to do. That's it, okay. Okay, also 3. Okay, so we're into 3s today. 3 is my favorite number. I was born at 3:33 a.m. So whenever 3s come up, I see that as it's going to be a great day. Oh, what am I doing? I'm so sorry. Let me put that back so you can see it. All right, so the 4th deck is one of the Kim Crans. And okay, it's right on the top. Okay, see what they want. 6. Okay, so that was, how many did they give us? 2. All right, so 4 more. This one, nope. Okay. Okay, there's another one. That's 4. 5. And 1 more. Oh, it's in here somewhere. Let's see, I can feel it. Okay, there's 6. All right. Put that over here. And put that to the side. Okay, and then they picked us the 5th deck. Oh, we'll keep that. Oh, we'll keep both. Let's see. No, just the bottom one. Okay, so the 5th deck is also a Kim Crans. It's the Wild Unknown Tarot. You're already talking to me. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see what they want. 6, also 6. 6. Okay, so that was 2, right? Okay, so 4 more here also. Okay, nope. Okay, wait. Okay, that's 4. And okay, it's 5. Okay, Ray, oops. Does he want to turn this way or this way? So, okay. That's going over here. And last but never least, let's see, Phantasma Tarot by Paulina Fay, which we used yesterday. And I just love her drawings. I guess she's also the illustrator on this. Some of these tarot, not all these tarot decks are equal. Some of the authors and the illustrators, they put so much time and effort, and also divining the messages for the cards, and others are not. But you usually, even in a deck that has not been prepared very well, Spirit usually knows how to use it to say what it wants to say. Okay, let's see. 3. So this is back to 3. So that was 2. Is this it? No, that is not it. They said, no, that's it. Okay, here we go. Okie dokie. Now let me see. Let's get this set up and see how they want it to read for us. Okay, I've got to do it exactly the way they asked them to be pulled. Because why? They certainly aren't asking us to pull them in order if they don't want us to read them in order, right? Okay, improvise. I'm already excited. I love to improvise. Okay, flow with divine time. Oh, this is really one. I'm getting chills down my spinal column. Okay, let's see. Master the dance. Oh, this is going to be. Okay, so that's their preface about what they want to tell us. So this is going to be a great reading. Oh, and then here comes the issue they want to talk to us about. The hanging tree, the hollow tree, and the Bodhi tree. Already getting an idea what's going on here. And then the giant panda. And I'll read all this in the reading because I don't want to. I know everybody's time is very precious because don't live in the spiritual world. We live here, so I have to be conscious of that. Dragonfly, thank you, mouth. Okay, and tree frog. Oh boy, I've seen 44. It's weird. I've been saying, well, I always see triple numbers, but I've been seeing all of them: 111, 222, 333, 444, 445, 666, not so much 777. Yeah, all this past week. The desert, wonderful card, upside down. So we'll talk about that. The warrior. The mystic, not quite straight. Oh, this one's 6. All right. So they're asking us to do something else here. So let me put that like that and then see how this resonates. Let's see if this works. Okay. The hunter, which has been coming up a lot recently. The forest and the shadow. So we do have some shadow things going on here today. All right. And oh, look at this, kind of the color. They asked me to pull all this mookaite yesterday. Last night I did this right. I pulled everything right before I went to bed, and they asked me to pull all this mookaite. So I'm interested to see how that ties in. Now, what do we have left here? Okay, so we have, looks like the 4 of Wands. This is the tarot. The 3 of Pentacles. The Temperance card, and Justice. Look how these colors are. I like how they're lining up. Okay, I might have to do a little bit of an adjustment here to get everything in, but I'll do that right before I start the reading. Have I been showing, or am I keeping all this stuff to myself? Sorry. And justice, and you saw temperance, right? Okay. And then there's two more of this, and then it has their summation. Okay, so the high priestess and the ace of wands. All right. Oh, this is very interesting, the lineup. And then this is their summation. So I'll put it here. And then I'm just going to push everything up really quickly. This is the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Five of Cups. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit out. These, I think, will be completely in. Sorry, Mukite. I'm just going to move you a little bit. We'll figure out what the meaning of all this Mukite is as we go through this. And of course, the design also gives meaning to the reading. So that's why I like to do these intuitively. And I really can't plan them ahead. I know a lot of tarot readers plan their whole thing ahead, but I can't because I have to wait to see what spirit is pulling. Okay. All right, I think we can work with that. Okay. Yeah, that seems like it is correct. Maybe these two both go with this one. It's a little bit off kilter, so it looks, I'm getting that feeling. Okay. All right then. All right. Good enough. All right, so this is the spread they're asking for. And let's take a second and we'll dive in. Okay, let's jump in and see how this unfolds. We'll get this improvise. Okay, so improvise, right? Let's look at this. There's a figure right in the center of this card, and it's surrounded by all these triangles, which are very strong. You know, that's the strongest structure, strongest shape, right? Universal shape. And they're in a, I'm sure, a foreign landscape because there's no homes or anything. Looks like actually a valley through between some mountains. Anyway, what I'm feeling here is that there is a lot of, I'm getting like the world is your oyster kind of a vibe here. But you are enclosed in these in this structured thought, and a lot of it. There's you're kind of imprisoned in this drawing by your thought structures. I mean, that's how it's coming across. But this is the preface, so let's do the rest of the preface and see how this comes across. All right, so yeah, that could be it. Because flow and timing, divine timing. Right, okay. So here we see kind of a center line. We see the moon. We see the darkness. And this is, of course, divine feminine, right? Yin and yang. The sun, the masculine energy, action, receptive, and active self. So this, and it's interesting that the colors kind of match here, but this area, the active area, is the area that's causing you issue. Right? You're kind of blocked actually in this. You're cut off from the your connection with your inner self here. Right? You're very much in active mode and very much in your intellect. So this is saying you have to stop worrying about the timing. You must be, you know, maybe you have a deadline. It might be, I'm assuming it's self-imposed to basically climb or build this mountain. We have another mountain down here, but we'll get to that when we get there. But I just noticed it out of the corner of my eye. So I'm feeling that you are trying to build something in the material world. In the physical, it might be a business, or it could be anything. But they're talking about balance here. But let's finish the preface and see how that goes. All right. So, yes, the master of dance. Okay, so this is the cosmic dance, right? And this goddess is dancing with the universal energy. So, yes, so we see three cards here. On the left, the very first card. So that's the one, that's the issue that Spirit wants to talk to us about. It's about being, you have a plan of action and you are going to achieve this at all costs, but it is costing you because you're no longer balanced. And this card is not, I would say if the card was this way, it would show me your balance between the two. But the card is upright, but it's showing me in this layout that it wants you to come here, that here you're blocked off. So there's an issue here, and let's see why the issue is and what their advice is. Okay, and then I'm keep looking at this Mukite, which usually has to do with it has to do with nurturing. So let's go and see what happens here. Okay, so the hanging tree. Well, yes. Now they're going to start introducing the issue at hand. We have a full moon. This is definitely night. There's no stars, but there's definitely night. There's a single tree, solitary tree, kind of like this solitary person all by themselves on this vast plain. I don't know, maybe you have a position of leadership, or maybe you're trying to get a position of leadership. And they're hung. Look, they're dead. They are dead. So we have the moon. So to me, I'm seeing that you are dead to, and all these crows, which are mystical creatures. In many, many world cultures, they are seen to be connected to the spirit world, and they are kind of waiting for you, but you're dead to them. Okay, so the theme here is unfolding, and what's going on here? So they then lead us to the hollow tree. Now in the hollow tree, we have this owl. He's hiding. Hi, owl. And we have this spring, this well, kind of like the spring of eternal youth. Was it in St. Augustine, right? Florida. Anyway, I digress. Wisdom, right? Spiritual wisdom is, again, cut off. We can't see the entire owl. It's only there. But I think Spirit is trying to tell you that this is the well from which you need to be drinking. And it's saying that you need to be spending more time in, yeah, this looks like a mountain also, right? So if you want to build this mountain, the only way to do it is to spend, he's on a lotus petal here. This is obviously a Buddha. Spend time in contemplation to help, so that the divine can help you create this in the real world. You have to flow, you have to dance with the divine. And you're not dancing. You're dead. You're dead to the divine at this point. I don't know if that's always been the case, but they're saying right now, you're dead. You've been dead to us. They're not dead to you. They're here. They're all around you. See the master of the dance? The spirit world is all around you, but you're not dancing anymore. You're burnt out. You're done. But I guess that's what they want to talk to you about. So let's see what exactly the specifics of what they want to tell you. All right. And look at this wisdom, it's just there. It's just there. It's offering this well to you. So it must be important for you to eventually build this, but you need to go about it the right way. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck. You're not going to get it. You're not going to complete it, or you're going to harm yourself in some way. So, okay. So let's see. So the layout went this way to panda. Yes. Well, look, panda, right? This is the Asian or the Chinese panda, and they're black and white. So this is the symbol of yin and yang, which goes back to the masculine and the feminine, the harmony and balance. And this is interesting because we're just going into, the sun will be entering not at the new moon, but just after the new moon this coming Friday. The moon, the sun will be going into Libra, and which is about that balance. So this reading is timeless, so it fits it no matter when you're actually going to watch this video. But it's interesting that they're giving this message at this time. When the panda comes into your life, it comes with a quiet but really important message to be kind to yourself. The world, which is the Mukite. This is the Mukite. This is all about nurturing. And that's interesting because it's the same colors. Look at that. Spirit never fails. So this is what this is talking about. And I was wondering why they took this raw Mukite. I love raw crystals. They're more powerful usually than the ones that have been, smoothed or cut. But anyway, it could be that they're trying to signify going from a rough state into a smoother, more balanced, harmonic state, which is right here, harmony and balance, and to be more gentle with yourself. You need to be kind. The world around you might be racing with pressures and expectations, and it can be tempting to press yourself to keep up, but you got to give yourself a moment, the opportunity to retreat from this. You have to get yourself into a space that is calm and soothing. The pandas, they hold their babies just like humans do. They hold them instead of on the back or in a pouch or whatever, and they hold them close to their heart, and they're very nurturing. Maybe this has to do with some sort of timing. They're saying, this is going to take a little bit of time for you to do. And look, there's another center line here. There's a piece of bamboo, which is mirroring this line. I don't know if you can see that. It's mirroring the line here. You see that? The bamboo the baby's holding. Now you're the baby. You're not caring for yourself, but you have to care for yourself. That's very interesting. Yeah, the long-term health of your project is dependent on your ability to learn how to know when to be still and when to act. When to be and when to do. When it's time for inward reflection and outward expression. And the dragonfly is telling you, you have to, I love how he's going right into the crystals, that, the magic is going to come, the manifestation is going to come when you are able to change this, imbalance in your life and learn to be able to flow with divine timing when they lead you. Because once you're connected to spirit, they will lead you literally every step of the way. I know that's very hard to believe, but they do. And if you want to build this, you're going to have to master this first. You got to master the cosmic dance. And they're giving, I think they're already giving a little bit of advice here. This is connecting here to this about your soul song. They're saying, they're suggesting, meditation, but also breath work here with the frog, to focus on your breath, which if you focus on the way you're breathing and you can feel it inside yourself in your center. Now this is all talking about center, the center line, the center line, the center line, look at this, the center, look at this right up here, the center line, right? You're not in the center here. So to get into the center line, you need to really do meditations that make you focus within. Oh, look, he also is on a branch. He's also on a branch just like the little panda, which is going right through his center line. Well, Spirit, you can't be clearer if you tried. Okay, so then, yes, because what has happened is you're in the desert. See the moon here? You're in a spiritual desert. You have allowed the world and your life to completely cut you off. Desert leaves us disorientated. Desperate for direction, which is what they want to give you. That's the connection is going to give you this direction. I mean, you're grasping for meaning and longing for solid ground, right? The mountains here. You're longing for solid ground. For endless miles, you are confronted with a lack of clarity and you have like an existential dread at this moment. I mean, you are literally pleading for your life to get back to normal. The way it was before you got so unbalanced. When we're born, we're masters of the cosmic dance when we're born, when we're young. But life, our culture, and our ways of being take us away from that. And they leave us here for many people until you get to a point where you're just, maybe dead inside. And then you're forced to come back. But that's okay because, that this time isn't wasted. That's the thing with divine timing. It's never too late. I don't care how old you are. It's never too late. Once you connect, everything will just start to flow and everything will manifest as it should have. Right? So don't ever worry about that. Don't ever worry like, oh my goodness, it's too late. Yeah, and that's exactly what this is talking about. The warrior, you've been fighting for something. You've been fighting for something and fighting and fighting and struggling, and you're going to figure it out no matter what. You're going to figure it out. But by doing that, by living only in your intellectual mind, you cut yourself off from source. And that's what ended up happening to you. And look where the diamond is, right in the third eye. Right in that connection. Look, it's funny how this card is kind of buried here because this is the mystic, which is unseen. I didn't notice I'd done that when I laid it out. So, and there's eyes here. There's an eye here and an eye here. And this is, obviously it's a butterfly. But what does it mean? The mystic, the unseen, right? The unseen world. And you have to, even though, and I think I started to mention that here, even though you're at a turning point. You know, you've come to a dead end. Um, there's nothing wrong with that, because this butterfly is showing that what you're going to learn from this moment of darkness will help you transform, and you'll bring this into the light, which is going to be helpful to you in achieving your main goal, which is beautiful. So that was, look at how it goes. Look, it was like this, straight up the line. Straight up, oh look, it goes straight up the line, straight up to the dragonfly's tail, straight up through your third eye. Lots of eyes here. So many eyes. And then that jumps over here to the hunter. So the hunter is upside down. And the hunter, what is that telling us? Oh, yes, this is telling us a hunter is very focused, right? Look at this. You got the triangle here. Very focused. One-pointed focus. And that's been you. One-pointed. You're going to reach the top of the mountain before anybody else. Or you're going to go higher than anybody else. And hunters don't like to come back empty-handed. You know, they feel like they've failed. And, oh, maybe that's what's happened. Maybe you've been working and something in whatever it is you're striving for, there's been a moment of failure. Okay. All right. So you're not moving forward right now. But Spirit is saying you can still get there. But not with your intellect alone. It's not going to happen. No way. No how. I know. Been there, done that. Yeah, trust me on that one. That is very sage advice. And the sooner you take it, the better for you. Yes. Yes, yes. This I can say for sure. So the forest, right? The emerald forest. You can't see the forest for the trees, so to speak, over here. This was like this, right? So it's kind of, oh no, this was, I'm sorry. So it was going this way. So this must all be together. So it's interesting when we talk about yin and yang, masculine, feminine, you know, positive, negative, assertive, receptive, all this. It kind of gets confused with the concept of the shadow. I'm just going to pick this up right now as I'm talking about this one. The shadow, the unconscious self. But why do we call it the shadow? It's really the feminine. It's the divine feminine that isn't being realized. That's your shadow. Right? It's that the unseen. It's all throughout this reading. And this where it was unseen, right? It's all about, you know, you have a journey to, all of us have a journey to take. And you're not going to always know the way. I mean, look at this vast landscape. How do you think you, little bitty you, that you in your mind is going to learn how to navigate this landscape without falling down every once in a while? I mean, come on. That's totally impractical. I mean, when you go into the forest, it's dim, it's hard to see, it's very dense, there's so much going on, just like in our daily lives. And we're going onto a path that is basically pathless. Each one of us has a different path to get through here, to get to figure out how to master this cosmic dance. And not a lot of us figure it out, which is sad. But hopefully as more and more people understand how this process works, so hopefully, you know, for their own well-being and the well-being of their families and their loved ones, that more and more will be able to figure out how to master the dance. But you can't master the dance until you master the dance between the yin and the yang, right? The receptive and the active, the spiritual and the physical, which also within that, in that central column, include the emotional body and the intellectual body. It's not that simple. It's not just one or the other. And when you have the symbol of the yin and the yang, it's a circle, right? And then you all know it. And it goes like this. And there's a dot. So on the black side, there's a dot. And then on the white side, there's a black dot, right? Well, what does that mean? That what it's showing you is that when you reach a critical point, let's say in your active self, there is a seed for you to renew your connection to the receptive self. And that's critical because you notice on the symbol that the white part of the yin yang just stops, right? So you can go no further. You can go no further if you haven't mastered this dance. It's absolutely crucial to a fulfilling life, a healthy and fulfilling. It's absolutely crucial. So yes, the shadow. The shadow is not our shadow. I mean, it is our shadow, but it's not our shadow as if it's something terrible. It's not a terrible thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a mystical, mysterious part of us. But this is the part that helps us transform to achieve what we can envision, right? And what we can think of intellectually. Because if you build something that is not based on what is best for your unconscious self, it will not stand the test of time. It will fall apart. It will fall apart. There's no doubt about it. It will fall apart. It happens every day. Read the news. You see it all the time, right? All these people, they build dynasties and then they fall apart. Why? Because they weren't built on a premise that is in sync with universal consciousness and the reason that we're all here, which is a whole nother video. So we're not gonna, otherwise it'll be here for hours. So let's stick to what his message is right now. Okay. So let's see, they're going to start on the summary part. So we have the Four of Pentacles. So what is this? This is about structure again. Yes. So that's exactly what they're talking about. But this is a harmonic structure, which is the base which these are set upon is the divine, right? Is the connection with the divine. It's definitely oh, look, it looks like the third eye there. Oh, look at that. And it's the same structure. Look at the wings. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh, Spirit, I love you. Anyway, it's even the same color as the dragonfly. So that's exactly what they're talking about. You know, you have to change. You have to base whatever it is you want to accomplish on life on this premise of this harmonic, well, it is a harmonic presence, but on harmony and for what is for your highest and best good. And you need to take some time, stop with this, and take some time to center yourself to figure that out. Amazing. Yes, that's exactly what they're saying. You want to build this mountain. You want to have this legacy. You want to have this fortune, right? Right? Well, this is the primary. These are the primary colors, the primary energies, the primary light on the physical plane. You know, you have to bring that in from above. You don't just connect to that by, doing what society tells you to do, right? What they were groomed to do since their first days at school. There's other dimensions that have to be a part of you for that to really, for you to really be okay, for you to nurture yourself, And I was wondering why they brought this little pyramid. Oh, good. It's the pyramid. So yes, you have to, the pyramid, you have to nurture this other dimension of self. So you'll be okay. So you'll climb this mountain. And yes, so it's temperance. You have to balance the fire, the action, the monkey mind, the excessive thinking, I'm going to solve it, 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 with the gentleness, right? Look at these teardrops coming down from this heron. The gentleness of spirit and allowing spirit to guide you. Let spirit guide you. You trust me. It will be so life-changing. You can't imagine it until you achieve it. Until you achieve this, you can't imagine the benefits in all aspects of life. It's just something, it's something unknown to most of us, unfortunately. But I guess Spirit is trying to push this message a bit. Okay, so justice, and this is going back to what? Oh, Libra, right? We were talking that early. Justice, the justice card, the scales. And look at what's in the center. Yin is the dark side. Yin and yang for the world. Yin and yang. That is the key. The center column, look, the center column. This is how you nurture yourself, right? It's not so much just being on one side or the other. It's not balance. It's centeredness. And from that, look at all these spectrums of light. From that, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I've been around long enough to say that is true also. Okay, so here we have two things going into the center column. I got to make sure I'm not outside the line. I get carried away and don't realize what I'm doing here, what it looks like. Okay, so the High Priestess, that's kind of a 2, and that's rather a 1, right? So we have the High Priestess, which is exactly what I'm not going to have to reiterate that, right? So it's being still. You have to be still to connect. You've got to quiet your intellectual mind. You've got to quiet your intellectual mind. You've got to stop hunting. You're not getting to where you want to go. So what do you have to lose? Or there could have already been something, or God forbid you were fired, or I don't know, you lost your business or something like that, God forbid. But something has happened, right? We're here. I mean, look at these parallels. The colors, the sky is in here. Yeah, you have to look to the sky, look to ether, look to spirit before you act again. Now, this is a card, Ace of Wands. Wands are all about action and energy in the physical world, manifestation. So it's saying you have to do this before you can. You want to do this first, but this can't be second, right? They go hand in hand. Contemplation, knowing, having a clear knowing of what your action should be, what the proper action is. I don't know, maybe you had a business and, when they talk about this, they can also be talking about maybe it wasn't good for the environment, or maybe it wasn't good for the future employees or whatever. But it wasn't in alignment with universal consciousness and what they want for the collective. So you need to be very clear, have a clear knowing to know what is the right way to move forward, and then you move forward with all your might. Then you see how the layout adds to the reading. And then you're going to move forward. And it's going to be big. It's not going to be, but don't ever forget the unseen parts of you. So their last words are these. The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely. Look. You can hardly see it. Look, they're dancing. Dancing horses, right? There's lots of dancing here, which means going with the flow. Relaxing that mind and just allowing yourself to be one with the universal energies around you. So they also have they look like quarter moons. One is facing up and one is facing down. I think you've already understand what that means. And they're both on. They have kind of a similar pose to her, not quite, but similar, on pentacles. So this is a balance, a joining of their hands are joining, the dance between these two aspects of self. And the Chariot is about control, right? Well, here, usually this is about control. But you don't need any help with control. That you've got, you are in control. But they're saying, no. Back that thing up. Back that thing up. They're saying, and they're dancing over water, which again goes to the spiritual realm, goes back to this river, this spring well of knowledge. And this is the sun and the moon. Again, those are the two coming together. And don't control this. Learn to let the ideas come to you in divine time. And the understanding of how and when to act in divine timing. I'm going to put that forward because that's where you're going. And look at those two. Look at those two together. So when you are able to do that, this is what the outcome. So they just want to sum this up. This is the Five of Cups. And I don't know if you can see here, but you have the Three of the Cups are here. They almost look like triangles. They're triangular cups. You see those triangular cups? They're all broken. Yeah, something has broken. Something is definitely broken. This. Because it wasn't built on the right premise. Right? See how this is underneath the mountain, like the spirit is underneath this structure? That's why it's all broken. And in a way, the head is down, the antlers, the connection to the divine is not. Here's the divine side with the color. I don't know. Let me hold that up. I don't know if you can see this. And on this side, there's two cups. One's upside down, pointing up, with the stem coming from the heavens, and the other one, the stem is in the earth. So it's the same, it's what they're saying. And there's lots of movement on this side. On this side, it's all black. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can split this card. There's basically a line going down this card. So you can see here, it's much darker. Look at here around the mind. Yes, look at that. Let me take that out. They're so busy, these cards. Look around the mind. You see how dark it is? Look at that. But they're saying you need to let that go. Whatever has happened here, whatever this is, you need to let that go, because the answer is right there. It's within, right? You can nearly touch it if you just look within. This is kind of within her. If you just look within and center yourself, you're going to get the energy. You're going to be renewed. You're going to be renewed, and you're going to have that wisdom that will flow gently to you in divine timing. You don't have to race anymore. Don't race anymore. There's really, I know there's time and it's hard to understand, but sometimes when you master this, the yin and the yang, you will see that you actually achieve a lot more than when you just barge ahead with your intellect. Now, this always ultimately leads to this. But that's not where you're going. That's not where they're helping you. So you end up here. That's where you're going. That's where you're going. Start to dance again. Oh, I just heard, and this is very good advice. Also dance. I don't know if you do dance or you don't dance, but you can dance in the privacy of your home. For years, when I wake up in the morning, some days I do meditations. Other days I just turn on music and dance. I mean, I studied dance for 20 years. I love dance. But anybody can dance. My children dance with me. They love it. And it brings you a renewed energy in the morning that can reset your entire energetic being and allow you to move forward in a more balanced way. Because spirit, and I say this again, is that spirit is energy. And so when your energy is like this, spirit cannot connect with you. Even though you see all these crows, they want to connect with you, but they can't. You have to be in a joyous state for them to connect. So remember that. So breathing and dancing or a movement of any kind, even just being out in nature, that can help reset you too. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that because they were very specific and I don't want to add any of my own thoughts that might color theirs. So, yes, thank you, Spirit, so much for this amazing and very true message. We are very, very grateful. And thank you, viewers, for coming. And I wish you all the best on your journey. Each one of us, there's journeys that we do with other people, but there's some journeys we have to do with ourselves. And we all have things from our past that that are unconscious that we have to connect to become our highest and best selves, so we can manifest our dreams and make them last, so they don't fall apart. Okay, then. Well, enough said. I wish you all a divinely guided day, and I'll see you back here when I do. Okay, bye-bye now.